Hello, my friends. I'm a minute late because I had to go tell my husband to be quiet. He tends to make a lot of noise when he's on the phone. And I said, it's my turn. So today we are going to take a 6x6 piece of designer series paper. This, as you can tell, comes from the hand-penned paper that is currently on sale. 15% off this month till the end of August 2nd, I think it ends. But in any case, I took a 12 by 12 sheet and I cut it 6 by 6 because we don't really have a lot of options for 6 by 6 right now other than the in color paper or the color families. Couldn't think of that. So I just decided to pick this one. I'll show you after a couple of the other papers that I used to make cards because I'm really enjoying this this design stuff, and it's so easy and easy to cut. So you should be able to follow this. I'm going to start by showing you that this is a sheet that I made up. I realize it's a little big for the camera. But I did it to scale. So basically here's your 6 by 6 sheet of paper, and these are the cuts that we're going to make. And as you notice, everything's a derivative of 3. 1.5 by 3, 1.5 by 3. So 1.5, of course, is half of 3. 1.5 by 1.5. Again, 1.5, half of 3. 1.5. So the only odd number that's not 1.5 or 3 is the 4.5 sheet over on this side. So let me get started and show you how we are going to cut this. And I'm going to do it nice and slow so that you can follow along or even do it yourself. So hopefully we're going to be able to see this. I do need to get a new camera holder eventually. Okay, so pay attention to the direction of your paper. This paper that I've chosen, this looks like the top and this is the bottom. It's kind of random with some of the leaves, but it just seems like this is the direction. So this is the direction that I'm going to start with. And then, like I said, we're going to do our first cut, which is at 3 inches. So it's half of the 6 inches. Okay, so we've got the 3 inches right there. We'll put our blade down here, and then we're going to cut. Now, for ease, I'm going to move this piece off, and we'll cut that one in a minute, but we'll work on this one sheet first so that you can easily follow along. We're going to take it and we're going to turn it, because the bottom is going to be our 3 by 3 piece. Okay, so we're going to cut 3 inches by 3 inches is what this is going to end up being, and that'll be our one piece for one card. Okay, so here's our one piece, and we'll put that off to the side. Then this card here, we're going to turn back this way because we want, again, up and down. And we're going to do it in 1.5. So this, we know this is 3 inches right here. If you can see right here is 3 inches. And we're going to cut it in half. Okay, and then we're going to cut that just like that. Okay, now those are 2 pieces for one of the card. So we're going to lay that off to the side. And I'll show you all the pieces when they're done. We're going to come back to this one sheet here, and as you can see, I kept it in the same direction. Okay, so we have our 6 inches by 3, and we're going to cut this in 1.5. Oh, geez, I almost cut it wrong. Okay, so we got 1.5 inches right here, and we're going to cut it. Okay. Now, I will also post a picture of the design as well on paper. And then we're going to take I guess I'm going to go this way again. So I show you that we're going off to the right, and we're going to do 1.5 right here, and we're going to do 1.5 here. Okay. Now that leaves us our two of our 1.5 by 1.5. So that's going to be another card over here, and that leaves us a 1.5 by 3 inch as well, and that's going to match up with this threesome right here. Okay, so that's one card right there. We have one card here with the big piece, and then we still have to, we're missing a piece for this one. Now on this one, this is our last strip, which again, 1.5 by 6. And then we're going to turn this, and we're going to do our last 1.5 at the bottom of it. Just like that. There's our 1.5 right there. So we've got 1.5 by 1.5, and that's another card. And then we're left here with our 1.5 by 4.5 inch piece of paper. Okay, so I'm going to move this off to the side for a minute before I have to cut the other pieces. So we've got our pieces for our 4 cards right here. So we've got our 1.5 by 3s, 3 sheets right there. And if you notice the way it was cut across the top of the sheet, they all match up. So I really love the fact that this matches up with this. That's why I like the design. So if you were to put them all together, it's that same sheet, but we're going to actually have them separated. Then we have our 3 1.5 by 1.5s. And again, we have, and I think I turned these, so I'm not sure. These match up too, but it's not going to really matter, so to speak. So, yeah, I twisted it, so, but it's not really going to matter. Okay, so we have our 3 1.5 by 1.5s, and then we have our 3 by 3 right here at the bottom. So that's going to be for our 4 cards. So I'm going to use, just for ease of shape here, this will be one of our cards. This will be another one. And these, you can change the direction of these two if you want. You know, I'm just kind of sticking with this one design right here. And we've got another sheet here. Now if we turn this sideways, we can do it this way, but we could also do it this way, and you'd have that as your card. So either way works. Looks good with the design of the paper, and then this will be our 4th card here. So those are going to end up being our 3 cards. But we're going to take some cardstock, and the colors that coordinate with this paper, and that's another reason I picked this design too, is because there's only 3 colors, so it's easy to decide what you want to work with. We can either work the garden green, the misty moonlight, or the pale papaya. So I pulled those 3 colors out, and we can kind of decide, you know, do we want, and you can mix it up. They don't all have to be the same color. We could do this one with the pale papaya. We could do this one with the misty moonlight. This one with the pale papaya in the back of it. And then we could use also the garden green, which I think I'm going to use with that one there. But I think for ease, I'm gonna kind of cut these here. Now the border on these cards I've put as 1/8 of an inch. So because we have this one as 1.5 by 4.5, it's going to be 1 5/8 by 4 5/8 is going to be our background. So I don't know why I'm starting with that one. I probably should start with the 3 by 3 first. Well, let's well, now that I told you, let's start with the 1.5 is with the size of it. So we just went up 1/4 inch for that right there. And then we will turn this, and so this is the sheet, right? This one right here is at 4.5. So we're going to do 4 5/8. We've got 4.5 up 4 5/8. Okay, and there is our frame. Okay, so that's going to be for one card there. Now, we might as well do the 3 by 3. Okay, so we have this one, as we know, is a 3 by 3. So we're going to take this, and instead of 3, we're going to do 3 and an 1/8. We're going to go up to the 1/8 mark, just like that. And we're going to do this 3 and an 1/8. And I really do need to change my blade. And there we have it. Let's move the pale pie out of the way. And there we have our misty moonlight for that design. What did I do with my other cards thing here? Oh well. Okay, now go back to these, which we remember is 1.5 by 3. So again, that's not going to be big enough, I don't think. Let's just measure this here. Oh, look at that. It's 3 and an 1/8. 3 and an 1/8, so we're at 1.5, and we're going to up an 1/8 to 1 5/8. And we actually ended up saving some of the paper there. Anytime we can save on paper. This is, let's see if we go 1 5/8. Nope, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do 3 and an 1/8 here. 3 and an 1/8. And then we're going to turn it, and we've got 1 5/8 because we got 1.5 plus an 1/8 is 1 and an 1/8. And we know we need 2. 1 for that one. Another 1 5/8. 1 for that one. And then we have our last one here, which are 1.5 by 1.5, and we need to make those 1 5/8 by 1 5/8. So let's see if we have enough paper here. We may not. No, we're definitely not going to have enough paper for this one. So let's make this one green, like I thought I would do in the beginning. We'll use the garden green for this one. And we will do 1 5/8. Just like that. And we should be able to get 3 out of this one. And then we got 1 5/8. 1 5/8. And 1 5/8. So as you can see, I love this because the measurements are so easy, and you're using the entire 6 by 6 sheet of designer paper. So there's my other card there. Let's see here. Put this one behind here. This one behind here. And this one behind here. Now, the hand pen has a coordinating stamp set. Actually, two of the stamp sets coordinate with it. You can use either the hand pen petals or the color and contour, which coordinates with, there's a little bit of daisy in some of the paper in the set. But I said, let's look at some of the other sets and see what we can use. So I decided to choose the, this one here, the Dragonfly Garden, because here we've got flowers. So why not use some dragonflies? And this paper is good because you can turn it like it's got these flowers right side up here. So we'll just take our adhesive, start putting our adhesive on. Oh, and since I just turned it over, let me also say that sometimes you can even mix it up. So see, on this one, if we wanted to, we could mix it up with that and have a different design. So it's totally up to you how you want to use it. That's why we like our two-sided paper. So we'll put this one on here. And there's one card. We'll do this one next. in a very, very quick way. And I already know this piece is upside down. And we will just flip it around so our flowers go right side up. Now there's direction on this one, but you could also make it so the card goes this way and put your words here. It's totally up to you how you the paper you decide and how you really want to do it. But I'm going to do this because I did it this way. And then we have our set of 3. And again, you can also alternate and you have this and this on here. That would be kind of cool, but I probably wouldn't use the blue as the background because it doesn't really mix all that well. I'm kind of moving away from the Tombow adhesive because I've had a lot of problems with it not advancing on the roll. And you'll notice that this I have to keep running on my adhesive mat, my silicone mat, because just to get it started, although I can use my finger. But okay, so we have our 3 mounted there. And like I said, this matches up, which is really kind of cool. Gosh. Oh my goodness. What's going on here? I'd say maybe I'm at the end of it, but all right, now we got it. All right, when I put these on, sometimes I like to put the center one on, but I also like to line them up just to kind of see what the spacing is going to be. Because I've done a couple of them. That one looks like it should be all right. And then I'll put the other outside one on. Sometimes when I line it up, I do the center one and then do the outside ones from it as well. Looks like it should be right. And then we'll get this one on there. Not too bad on spacing. And then we have our last one. And like I said, I kind of lost the direction on these, so. But it's not going to really matter because it's part of the art. Part of the art of the card. As you can see, that's kind of a, yeah, I think this was the right order. Oh yeah, that's the way. There we go. All right, and again, I'll kind of space them out. I mean, you could do them in the center if you wanted to and put, you know, it all depends on how you want to decorate it. And like I said, it can also go this way. It's not really going to matter. So since this one and this one kind of coordinate and this one doesn't matter, we're going to turn this way, and it looks kind of like it could go that way. But again, all these are very similar sizes. 1.5 or 3. In a really quick way. Look at the top of the page here. Really, really quick way, and I don't think I did that one straight. Nope, and we're going to see if we can pull this up a little bit. A little more adhesive. And see if it lines up a little bit straighter. Okay, so now 4 really easy cards. And like I said, I'm going to use the Dragonfly Garden, which is this set right here. But you could also use the butterfly set, Butterfly Brilliance. I've actually cut out a few of the butterflies here. I mean, you can put butterflies on there. I did a bunch of butterflies here in the Pale Papaya and the Misty Moonlight, but then I also did some with the Night of Navy, and the Night of Navy looked really nice together. So if I put these butterflies together like this, now then we're kind of combining both the colors. I pull right out of the paper. But I think for ease in colors, I think we're going to use this for our words. And with, I think I decided I was going to use the Dragonfly Garden. Thank you for your kindness. I think that's a really nice saying. So I think I'll put that at least on a couple of the cards. Maybe I'll put it on this one. And we'll put it, because it's nice and narrow, because you need narrow words on this one. So we'll do this one. And look at that one. You don't even really have to add anything else to it if you don't want to. It's really, really kind of cool. But we'll say we might want to dress it up a little bit. But very, very easy. Let's get the butterflies out of my way here, because I'm going to do dragonflies. And I think for these, I've got a happy birthday that comes from, what's the name of the set? Peaceful Moments, which was in the mini catalog, but it's also the Occasions catalog, but it also is in the main catalog. So we're going to use the happy birthday here. But I could use, sympathy, congratulations. There's a nice thank you in there. That would have been nice on the bottom too. I will do some happy birthday, because I think if I'm going to make this into a kit, I'm going to kind of want it to have happy birthday and thank you, which are nice cards to get for a gift. We'll close that up. I stamped, and as you know, the stamp comes with a punch, the dragonfly punch. So I already did stamp a couple of the dragonflies using the Memento. And I'm going to use just regular markers. I always use the blends, but I like the way the color coordinates a little bit better on these dragonflies with the actual blends, or the actual regular markers. So it's going to be a little hard to color because I'm so far away from it, but we'll see. I just kind of go along the little edge here. Makes it easier to color it in. And I realized I could do 2 wings at once, instead of having to keep turning it back over and over, which is kind of funny. And just color it in. And you still can kind of see the lines with this. If you use a really, really dark color like the Night of Navy, you wouldn't really see the lines that are in the wings still. But I also have the Pale Papaya, which goes nice too. So we'll do a butterfly in the Pale Papaya. There's a lot of lines on this. Trying to get myself doing it here. Let's see. Okay. And so here we go. Okay, that's one dragonfly. So as you can see, you can kind of put a dragonfly here. Might be fun to kind of put it down this way. And I will use my mini dimensionals to do the outside of the wings so they don't fly away on me. Oops. Well, hopefully that one's not going to show. We're good. Take off our... But it's kind of fun when you can combine different sets. You don't have to rely on that one particular set. Now we can also, in addition to the dragonfly, we can take the little bees that go with the pansy set. We could put a little bee on here, which would be cute with a little glue dot. What happened? I cleaned up and put everything away. Just put a little glue dot on here. Oops. Have a little bee in our card. And there you go. There's one of them. I also use dragonflies. So again, you can spruce these up. I will do another dragonfly with pale papaya. Trying to do it fast. Look at that, I'll do 4 wings at first with the outlining. That'll make it go even faster. So just another use of your, remember to use the markers, because I don't use my markers like I used to, but then again, I always go through phases where you do one thing and not another. See, that one looks really nice too. So you could put this one up here. You could put it over here. I think I like it up at the top there. I won't use so many dimensionals. They hold really well, so you don't really have to use a lot of them. Put this one up here like that. You might want to put some gems here. We've got a set of gems that has the Misty Moonlight in it, do we? I don't know what I did with it. Or we can just use our silver and our gold. Let me use the package. It's open. Nope, that one's not open. And just put a couple little gems in here. And this one I might put some silver ones. Just to kind of spruce it up here. Another one up here. You know what? Let's move that one up here. I might even put another dragonfly in the middle there. I think that's what I do. I think I would put one with the Misty Moonlight and have both of them. So, as you can see, and like I said, you can just use this one by itself. You might want to put a little dragonfly there or a butterfly. It's totally up to you. Maybe it just needs a little bit of a butterfly here. A butterfly up on here. I think I would put this with a blue behind it. Just to give it a little spruce. Put a little butterfly on that one. Again, on this one you could put another one over there. So just to show you how easy it was to throw together such a really, really quick card. So try it out. Show me what you come up with. Let me show you a couple of the other options that I did. The sets that I did, I used, here I used the Pansy designer paper, which is also on sale. Did the coordinating dragonflies, got a little ladybug that was in the last catalog. So there's the 3x3, the 1.5 by 1.5s. Using the Bumblebee and the Polished Pink markers. Here we have the 3x3, and see, just put a little bit of a ladybug there and ready to go. Could put a bee or something there. The 1.5 by 4.5 strip. Then I did it using the peach. So we've got the 1.5 by 4.5 with the peach paper. Here we have, I used the peaches in the peach set. Have a peachy day for the 1.5 by 4.5. Here's the 1.5 by 1.5, 3 with a big peach. And then another one here with just a little peach. So very, very easy and fun. And I'm probably going to just keep making these because they're just so fun to make. So hope you enjoyed this. We will see you again hopefully next week. I've got another easy design that I want to show you how to do. And we're cutting the paper before our sale is over. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks.